Hello, my dear friends. Hello, my dear listeners. How are you all? I hope you are doing best to serve your duties with utmost honesty and love. So, in the last episode, we came to know that with earnest prayer or uh, uh, very earnestly, Sri Ramkrishna prayed to Mother Goddess, so that he can propagate his knowledge to his disciples, or I must say, to his students. So, what happened next? How Mother Goddess actually fulfilled his desire? Let's see. Ramchandra Dutt and Manomohan Mitra, the first two persons who responded to the call of Sri Ramakrishna, were Ramchandra Dutt and Manomohan Mitra, who were cousins and lived in Calcutta. The former was a medical practitioner and held a post in the Calcutta Medical College. Like the average educated man of his time, he was practically an atheist. Regarding himself, he writes in his life of Sri Ramakrishna, "In those days, we did not believe in God. Nature being considered sufficient to explain the universe, we were rank materialists and held creature comforts to be the summum bonum of life. But he suffered from a great restlessness of mind which he could not control. At this time, he came across a copy of a newspaper conducted by Keshav Chandra Sen. Therein, he read about Sri Ramakrishna and decided to visit the saint with Manomohan. One afternoon in 1879, they arrived at Dakshineshwar and finding the door shut, tapped at it. It was opened by a man plainly dressed, who, contrary to their expectations, was as unlike a sannyasin as could be. But a few seconds in his presence convinced them that he was the saint. From the very first, Sri Ramakrishna treated them as his own. He inquired minutely about them and finally called out to Hriday, who was then suffering from fever. "Come, Hriday, here is a physician. You can have your pulse examined by him." It was done. The two cousins spent the whole afternoon with the master in spiritual discourse, and when they were about to take leave, Sri Ramakrishna gave them some prasad. They touched his feet, and the master affectionately asked them to come again. They were charmed at his kindness, so such cordiality and such sympathy at first sight they had never experienced before. Sri Ramakrishna's love seemed so new and so genuine to them because it was selfless. Being occupied during the week, they went to see Sri Ramakrishna on Sundays. From this time on, their lives took a different turn. They tried to detach themselves from worldly thoughts, and Dakshineshwar and Sri Ramakrishna were their absorbing topics. They felt a growing disgust for the world. Their relatives were alarmed when they found the cousins talking earnestly about God. One day, Manomohan was about to start for Dakshineshwar when his aunt tried to persuade him not to go. But the attraction of Sri Ramakrishna proved stronger, and Manomohan and Ramchandra went to Dakshineshwar. They found Sri Ramakrishna rather depressed, seated on his bed. Asked why he was sad, he replied like a child, "A devotee likes to come here, but his aunt does not like it and tries to dissuade him. It makes me sad to think he might yield to her importunities and stop coming." The words had an electrifying effect on Manmohan's mind. He vowed in his heart never to listen to any such voices in future, and wondered how the saint came to know of the incident. It was this genuine love of Sri Ramakrishna for his devotees and his earnest solicitude for their welfare that completely won their hearts and drove them, without any conscious effort on their part, on towards God. Another day, Manomohan was starting for Dakshineshwar when his wife asked him to stay at home as their daughter was ill with fever. But he refused and went to Dakshineshwar with a heavy heart, for his near and dear ones seemed to be standing in the way of his realizing God. So, what happened next? We will come to know in the next episode. Till then, be happy, be jolly, and keep praying. Shubhamastu.